My stomach is grumbling so much.
You want to grab a bite before?
No, because then I cannot eat before this because I'll get all girty.
Last episode, my stomach was grumbling the whole time. So
you're gonna get a ton of it from me this time.
I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna have David put in like Monstro every time it grumbles. So just have him pop up in the background.
Just stitch them all together at the very end and just have Monstro just like circling the screen.
For a second, I thought you meant Stitch, like Stitch.
Oh, no.
Just imagining Stitch and Monstro battling.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess it's technically possible with the D-Link. But, that's not
I think that's our cold open.
Sure.
Welcome to No Sad Face, the toxically positive Kingdom Hearts podcast. I am your host, PJ Calamity. Oh my God, PJ Calamity. I haven't gone by that in so long. Jesus, I'm gonna keep it.
Do it.
Yeah, that's my birth name. Oh my God. And I'm joined today by regular Patricia.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know. I don't have a bit for you right now. Oh my God.
They call me Patty Cakes sometimes, Patricia even.
With the way you were clapping earlier, that makes total sense.
Our audio sync up clap that we do. That's what PJ's talking about, and that's a
sonically my eardrums are still vibrating.
Don't talk about Sonic.
Okay. Yeah, welcome to season 2, everybody. So in case you weren't listening in the first episode,
what the hell?
The theme this season is histories and times, and we are jumping around the timelines, talking about the past and the kind of semi-present, and maybe future of Kingdom Hearts. But before we do that, actually, Pat, it's your news segment.
Woo! Here we go. All right, we're done.
But you know what? I came across a juicy rumor this morning. There is going to be a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake.
Kingdom Hearts 1 remake. Mm-hmm. Throw it out.
In the style of Crisis Core, done by the same team that did the Crisis Core remake. So basically, very much mostly the same game, updated with modern-ish graphics, a couple new things. The more that the rumor went on, the more like batshit it sounded to me.
Yeah.
Apparently it was Riku is going to be a playable character.
Okay.
They are doing a Jungle Book world, according to the rumor, and apparently, I can't stop. They did this because Missing Link got canceled, I guess, and they were like, "Hey, let's use these assets." And this is why I think this is total bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't play Missing Link. We don't know everything that was in it, but like from what we saw, there wasn't really anything Kingdom Hearts 1 like heavy in Missing Link.
Yeah, I mean, I could see if this were about other games and doing a remake of those. But yeah, KH1 specifically does seem like a weird pull, at least with
even
the
bringing Missing Link
right
to consoles. Like, why wouldn't you just do, if you were going to use those assets, why wouldn't you just do that?
This does seem like a load of bunk, as Pete would say. I mean, I'm certainly open to something like that. I've always been one that said like KH1 is a fairly timeless game, considering. I mean, obviously we have it on the remix now, and that helps. But I really don't think it needs that right now.
No, I don't think so either. I think that if we're going to be remaking titles, if we're going to bring them to consoles, there are a handful of other games that I'd rather see.
Yeah. I'd rather see Days and even Coded get a full thing before a KH1 remake.
Yeah, honestly, I would just love a port. I would love maybe a little bit of a remastered port of like the Lost handhelds, like Original Com, Coded, Days. That's all I need.
A little 3-in-1.
And also the mobile titles. I think it's ridiculous that the mobile titles are inaccessible.
Oh yeah, I mean that's part of my segment today about when they were playable and when they were not.
Yeah, so that's the rumor. That's why I don't believe it. Of course, I would be happy to have anything happen. I was really hoping for the Switch 2 port announcement yesterday. That did not happen.
There was a Nintendo partner showcase yesterday at the time of recording. I did not watch it because I don't know. I don't even watch any Nintendo stuff with the hopes of seeing KH stuff, even if it's sports. Right. I don't know.
Like, I'm really happy for your birthday party, but it's not my birthday, so I'm not going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So today we're going to be talking about the marketing cycles of the Kingdom Hearts games and, or lack thereof. Can I tell you something as a Kingdom Hearts fan, though?
Yeah.
I think maybe sometimes just anticipating the games and being in on the hype and watching like the trailers and just being like all in on the events.
More fun than the game.
It's one of the funnest things. Yes, it's one
Sometimes.
of the funnest aspects of being a Kingdom Hearts fan sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I always felt that way, especially about, and this it goes back to our last episode, but like the speculation for Smash Bros. Characters always more fun than playing as the character when it comes out. Like,
For sure.
I had more fun talking about and thinking about what Sora would be like in Smash than actually playing as him. So, it's a universal thing, I think. The communal anticipation and experiences together, it makes a house a home for a community,
Like, I totally understand why, for some of these games, like, the longer they were in development, the more up the hype was, and then when they get on your doorstep, it's like, well, this is not what I, imagined. And for some of us, it was perfect, and for some of us, it wasn't, and that's fine.
We're talking about Kingdom Hearts 3.
I didn't put a title. I'm just, this is a hypothetical.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, we're going to walk it back. We're going to walk it back all the way to the very beginning. In terms of when the games were first being developed, we talked about this a little bit in the last episode. When the collaboration was announced, they didn't say the title, they didn't show a trailer, they didn't have a demo, they didn't have screenshots. There was a closed press conference that Square Enix gave to some gaming and tech journalists where they just showed a render of Goofy, and then they showed like a video of him throwing a ball. There was a beta trailer tied to Final Fantasy X and a special menu for it, I believe. And then there was a demo event. And I think that when the demo kind of happened, it really turned the tide on expectation.
Right.
Andrew Bluett did a really great Kingdom Hearts retrospective talking about the game and its development and this sort of thing. So if you want to get more in depth in that particular era, that particular aspect of things, like, go watch his video. He also did one on Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts 2 is coming out soon. And I think in terms of when I first got involved in Kingdom Hearts, and we've talked about this as well, it was the marketing that did it. Pulled me right in.
Yeah, I mean, with the premise like that, you've gotta hook people quick and early,
Yeah, I mean, and Utada's music really did a lot of, it pulled a lot of weight.
For me too. I'd never even heard a song like that when I heard the commercial back in 2002.
Me either. It was like, it was created in like a lab.
Yeah.
Disney's secret lab.
Perfect.
A huge chunk of that as well. Part of like the old guard of Kingdom Hearts marketing was magazine scans. Not as much of a thing anymore. The magazines still exist, but like I cannot like understate how big of a deal the magazine scans were. Like, there are there were, I don't know if they still are, but there at the time of the era, there were 4 main Japanese gaming magazines that did Kingdom Hearts stuff. V-Jump, which was weekly, I believe. I think most of these were weekly. Can you imagine buying a magazine every week?
That's crazy.
Printed media,
Yeah.
Famitsu, which I think was the biggest.
Yeah.
Dengeki, and then
Is Korokoro
Shonen.
one? Oh, Shonen, okay. What the hell is Korokoro? I always hear about that.
I don't know.
That might be Pokemon, actually.
It might be Pokemon. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Shonen Gengan is owned by Square. So I don't think that I think occasionally they had Kingdom Hearts game related stuff in there, but Gengan is where it was a manga magazine. So it's where the Kingdom Hearts manga was first published. Was in this particular magazine.
I had no idea.
But in any case, like, Nomura had a really good relationship with all of these magazines. It's not like here in the States where he like won't talk to them and he has to be very careful about what he says because he knows that we're gonna run rampant with it.
Right.
He'll just say whatever and then they'll go back and redact it. Like, there are plenty of Nomura interviews where it's just black bars because they were like, we had to remove this, sorry. The gaming magazines also, like, they were really all in on the coordinated efforts in marketing. So for some of them, you would have the interviews. They would do these big special anniversary spreads as well, whatever, it came time for that. But like big info. These days, you would have a world reveal in a trailer. That was not the case back then. Gaming events did happen. And I mean, we'll get to that in a second. But because the magazines were coming out weekly, Like, there was stuff happening every month.
Unfathomable.
Chain of Memories. Reverse Rebirth was a magazine confirmation.
I'm glad I didn't read a magazine, because that was a surprise to me.
Kingdom Hearts 2, they did a lot of world reveals in magazines, like Steamboat Willie. Tron was a... Can you fucking imagine that Tron was a V-jump thing?
That's crazy.
It is like Lion King, like... All of these things were just in magazines.
Yeah.
And sometimes, Pat, they weren't even in color.
Yeah, that's nuts.
They were like a two-tone spread, and you were like, oh my god, I can't wait for like the full quality screenshots to show
right,
at
right.
some point. Lion Pete,
Ugh.
you know, just crazy. And everyone was like, this is fake, right? Like this, at that point, it's like,
right.
This is Photoshopped, right? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And also, one of the funnest things about it was like, they wouldn't release them online. You'd have to wait for someone who is local in Japan to wake up first thing in the morning and go to the newsstand and get it. For really quick stuff, they wouldn't be able to like scan it in high quality. Like you would get like a shitty phone picture or something. Can you imagine that being how you find out about Kingdom Hearts stuff?
I mean, I take it at this point. I'll go to the magazine stand every day in 2026. I'd probably have to walk several miles to find one.
The scans, man, like that was huge. And honestly, that was so much fun though. And they were in Japanese, so you'd also have to wait for like the local nerd at your forum of choice to give a shitty translation.
Yeah, you need
what
like
could possibly
Wish.com gold panner to help you out.
But also like character reveals. Like so like you wouldn't know how the characters' names were spelt. You would have a phonetic version of the characters' names. So like, you know, Demix, Zaldan, Larxene, Marluxia had no idea what their fucking names really were until the games came out. Like, for Chain of Memories, it was not clear that all the organization members had X's in their names until the localized versions.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
So, like, Larxene, her name in Japanese is like Rakinshu or something like that. So, like, Marluxia, like, we don't know there's an X in there. Like the gimmick was not gimmicking. Yeah. Oh, and also... it was really easy for misinformation to spread because, like I said, you'd have to wait for them to scan it. So sometimes someone would hit the street and they would report back what they saw, but they wouldn't have a way of scanning. So then you just have like a bunch of like, okay, well, this person saw it for like half a second.
Right.
For a long time, people thought that Toy Story was in Chain of Memories because there was like an adjacent page to the Chain of Memories page that had like aliens on it.
Oh, okay. So
and people were like, oh, it's the little green. Oh, God.
That's
Man,
so fun.
What
though.
a time.
Like, isn't that kind of fun?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. And honestly, similar thing with trailers. Trailers were a thing, but people weren't going to events the way that they are now. E3 was like an industry thing. And of course people were going, but like you would be really lucky if someone had like a digital camera that recorded an okay quality of a trailer. Like, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 and Chain of Memories, I think they were revealed at around the same time at E3. And I think that trailer only showed up online because it was like co-premiered on like Tech TV. So you'll see old Kingdom Hearts trailers that have watermarks from like whatever site or TV channel was kind of playing them in kind of shitty quality. And you were lucky if you got those. Because a lot of the time, even at the public-facing events, Square Enix, for like 20 years, loved a closed theater.
Oh, yeah.
They loved a closed theater. So also, you would get these impressions from people who kind of half remembered what they saw in the closed theater. And you would get like a list of bullet points from a trailer, rather than getting the actual trailer. And you just kind of have to sit and hope that they officially like released it or that a leak came in. I cannot tell you like the amount of like just crazy things that people thought they saw. Like for years, nobody could get Twilight Town and Traverse Town like disassociated. So people from Japan would be like saying that Twilight Town was Traverse Town. So every time there was a Kingdom Hearts trailer, people were like, "Oh, Traverse Town is back." Nope, still Twilight Town.
Yeah,
still Twilight Town. And not to mention that like English trailers for the early games really weren't as much of a thing until release. So figuring that out, translating dialogue, trying to hear what they were saying without subtitles, you know, because some of the translators in the community, like they could read Japanese. They could not like audibly hear or translate. Like, they have to see the character, so that was another fun thing. And a lot of the marketing in those early era days was also like, we are just not telling you things. We are just not showing you things. We are just not naming things. Roxas was BHK for like 3 years.
Yep. That is one of the earliest like fan terminology things that I remember from reading online back in the day.
And and they did not reveal his name until the game came out.
Yeah.
I mean, it did leak. That capitalizing on like not showing faces, like again, they did not show Roxas's face until Chain of Memories, the secret
the
post
ending,
thing. And then, they showed his face, and, they showed that he was playable, and that, he was a huge part of Kingdom Hearts 2. Didn't reveal his name until the game. And part of me is like, God, would they do that now? And I guess they kind of would, because there are characters who, like, we don't really know, like Nameless Star's name we don't know, Master of Master's name and face we don't know.
Right.
But, like, they're leaning into that in the plot as well, which is crazy to me, that this stuff is still kind of going on strong.
You have, like, Yozora, for example, which was obviously not... I mean, was there anything about Yozora pre-KH3? Like, obviously, he only shows up in Toy Box, and then they save him for the secret ending.
We didn't see him until it came out.
Yeah.
The demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 had them talking about Verum Rex in it.
Okay.
So there were aspects of like, there were two versions of the Toy Story demo. There was the long one at the premiere event, and then there was a shorter one that like everybody kind of got to play. The long one had, Rex talking about it, where Rex names Yozora's sidekicks as Magia and Aegis.
Right, yeah.
And that got cut from the final game. But we don't see them. In that demo, they did not show the trailer, and when you go to when you go to Galaxy Toys in the demo, you don't see the back cover of Verum Rex. Okay. You just see the front of it with the sword. So, like, if you played the demo, you thought it was just a bit, and that's where it died. Like, there was no visualization of Yozora. So Square Enix is still capable of surprising people.
Right, yeah, they can do it.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, I just want to point this out now because I know the Otto is listening, and I'm doubling down on this. I'm never letting it go. Tifa was a surprise. They did not reveal Tifa in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
They did not mention her. She was not in a scan. She was not in a trailer. She was a huge surprise. Otto and I got into a fight about this. Not a fight, but Otto was like, I don't think that's true. And I'm like, it is true. They did not show Tifa. I have looked so hard for any proof that disrupts this. And I'll tell you why I remember that she was a surprise. Because when the game came out, there was a game FAQ thread where it was actually before the game came out. Like, someone got it early, and they were like, Tifa's in the game. And people were like, what are you talking about? And they posted a screenshot of her. And she has a low poly model in Kingdom Hearts 2. She doesn't have a high poly model.
Right.
Which means that she has, like, what people call the fish face.
Yeah.
And so people were like, this looks fake. And I'll never, like, forget that. Uncle Scrooge was also a surprise. There were, like, little bits and pieces of things in Kingdom Hearts 2 that never got publicized. And I can't imagine that being the case. We just talked about Yozora, but I can't imagine them not telling us about a Final Fantasy character now. And, another thing as well is that the Kingdom Hearts kind of has always coincided with Final Fantasy VII. It released in a 5-year interval from Final Fantasy VII. So anytime Final Fantasy VII has a 10-year anniversary, it's a Kingdom Hearts 5-year. Or whenever Kingdom Hearts has a 10-year, it's a Final Fantasy VII 5-year. And the compilation had been announced shortly after Kingdom Hearts 1 came out. So, like, Advent Children, Dirge of Cerberus went hand in hand with Kingdom Hearts 2.
Right.
And Crisis Core was hand in hand with the handheld trilogy. Like, the remake was with 3. Like, they're always doing.
Yeah, they're tied together.
So there was a lot of Advent Children stuff in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Right.
It's still going strong.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
Like it or not.
Maybe a little bit too one-sided.
Yeah.
Is that negative? Is that a negative point? I don't know. I feel like that's the most negative we've gotten.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I think it's a point for both of us. So does it cancel it out?
Well, we're tied. We're tied up.
We're tied. I will never forget where I was for some of the things that were revealed. Like, when they revealed Pirates of the Caribbean, it was like an E3 press conference.
Right.
And they just showed a picture of Johnny Depp. Like, they didn't even show a trailer. And there are plenty of trailers in Kingdom Hearts that have never seen the light of day because they've just stayed walked behind a closed theater. That was the case with the handheld trilogy. And
I feel like I remember the first time I was aware of those games, I saw some sort of scan of the three of them.
Yeah, Mickey in Traverse Town, and Terra with his hand on Vin's shoulder, and Axel and Roxas eating ice cream.
Yeah. Sorry to just like jump around a bit, but did they reveal Shion's name before the game came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shion was a pretty early reveal. I feel like within the first round of trailers, like it ended with her being hooded, walking into the round room.
Okay, yeah, that seems right.
And I think by the next trailer, they did show her face in a closed theater. And I remember that the early reports were saying that she had blue hair.
Oh.
And so everyone thought that she was related to Aqua.
Right.
But in fact, she had black hair and people are just stupid.
Yeah. It's like when you look at the color of Sora's shoes while he's slow motioning in KH4 trailer.
But point for me, I just call people in that theater stupid. But they had her name at that point, and people saw that she was Kairi. And so, yeah, I mean, that was pretty early. Terra, Aqua, and Vin were interesting because the Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix trailers were the first real glimpse that we kind of got at them. With their helmets cracking and breaking and stuff in the extended secret ending. And there was a closed theater trailer that had a secret code in it. And there are screenshots of this trailer that still exist from like the Ultimania scans, but it has never seen the light of day. And the footage in it it's not the same as in the secret ending that we got. But anyway, the secret code, if you can break it, says that the main character's name is Terra.
Oh,
like who would break a code in a closed theater? Like who's doing all that?
I'm also just a little surprised by like Terra's the main character, because like not really of Birth by Sleep. I always think of it as like,
of the trailer.
Sure. Okay.
And then Aqua's the main character of Birth by Sleep. But when Final Mix came out, Terra says Aqua and Vin's names as well.
Right.
So like, that's how we found them out. And then for Coded, I feel like Coded took a massive departure from what it was originally intended to be, because those early trailers are just not the vibe of the final game, like at all. I think for me, the most exciting time of being a Kingdom Hearts fan was that like just out of 2 era, where the new handhelds were coming.
I think same for me. I mean, even with obviously what I do for work now, I feel like it was as a fan, as just someone who's like getting information and trying to piece things together and looking forward. That was like the golden era. Yeah,
I mean, it really was, and like this was also like the height of like make your own organization character. Fan fiction was kind of like being very speculative. Like these timelines were on the precipice of being covered, but they weren't yet. So like, for fan works and for fan engagement and all of that, like it was really a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Getting bombarded with news about 3 Kingdom Hearts games at once.
Yeah, it really cannot be overstated, like how divorced we are from that reality at this point.
We used to live in a society. Yeah. We used to float. Now we're just falling.
Yeah. It goes for all video games. It's not just a Kingdom Hearts thing. Like, what studio is being like, hey, we have like 3 games that are coming out within the next 2 to 3 years.
Dragon Quest is on its way back.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 fans are eating good.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. They're stuffed. I feel like overall, though, like it's not often that you get like, one big burst of news about like 3 very distinct titles coming up.
That's true. Yeah.
So, it's a dying art.
But even at its worst, like there was always something going on in Kingdom Hearts.
Sure.
Like even after that had settled down, the next thing was the 10th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts, and that coincided with Dream Drop.
Dream Drop, yeah.
Dream Drop's first trailer was not even called Dream Drop, which we've talked about this in the 3D episode. It was called Kingdom Hearts 3D Tech Demo or something like that. Showing off the Nintendo 3DS, and they put Dream Drop together very quickly, like a year and a half development time. Nuts.
And it shows. That's one for me.
That's a point. That's a point for me.
Yeah. I think we're tying up again.
Damn. But it's still a very fun game, and like in a lot of ways incredibly for like a fun.
It looks great.
10-year anniversary. It's a fun time, and that was a weird one though, because it was out there. It kind of existed. We weren't really sure what the hell it was for a while. Like, is it a Kingdom Hearts remake for the 3DS? Is it this? Is it that? And that first trailer, I don't think it was public for a while. And then, we got news later, and they have new outfits, and The World Ends With You, and it's called Dream Drop, and it's all these fun things. Very quick development time. The trailers are some of the best parts about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Like, off the top of your head, do you have a favorite Kingdom Hearts trailer?
Well, if we're counting the KH1 commercial as a trailer, I mean, that's the one that jumps to mind. I mean, yeah, that's the one for me.
For a long time, I've wanted to do like a trailer ranking with you.
Yeah, I've thought of, like, that's on my short list of things of, like, I don't know if it'd be a ranking, but just like a general sort of overview of, because I kind of did a video like that with mostly the KH3 build up, but I would like to go back to the older games and take a look.
I think that would be a lot of fun. Of course, it would take forever.
Yeah.
And it might be a copyright minefield, but I still think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I definitely have trailers that I think about fondly that in some ways are better than the experiences with the games. Like the Birth by Sleep launch trailer that had the Blank Points monologue on it, even though it spoiled way too much, it's still one of my favorite trailers.
Yeah.
The Dream Drop trailer where they showed the pop-up book opening for the first time, another great one. The 2.8 trailer where we saw the back cover really in motion for the first time, and we saw playable Aqua in 0.2.
Yeah.
With the orchestrated passion in the background. Oh my god.
Ooh,
one of the best cut trailers, one of my favorites.
I want to highlight, actually, the original Calm trailer, or the Calm commercial, the TV commercial in America.
So much fun. Like, those scrolling backgrounds.
Yeah, the scrolling background. It was just so magical to see, like, the characters from KH1, like, in that pixel sprite form that I had never, like, I don't know, like, I was so blown away by that, and I was only, I guess I would have been like 8 at the time, but hearing Simple and Clean come on again, because it felt like it had been like a million years since I had first played KH1, when it had been like 2, I just felt like, oh my god, I'm going back to my childhood. An 8-year-old reminiscing about being a 6-year-old.
The Kingdom Hearts 2 announcement trailer with, like, half that shit didn't even make it into the final game, and it's still fun and hype and charming. The Kingdom Hearts 3 announcement trailer, like, remembering where I was again when it finally got announced, and, like, just people screaming and being so excited, and the transition from, like, the series trailer and Sora flipping and being in Kingdom Hearts 3 graphics. Yeah. I mean, those they're a sense of community, they're a sense of camaraderie, they're a sense of hype,
Absolutely.
I definitely think that they make the game with trailers in mind, like cutscenes, like what'll make the most impact when it's revealed, for better or for worse.
Yeah. For sure, for better or worse.
So much fun.
Like I said, I did that video where I went into how potentially for worse at times, but like you said, community building, it's good stuff. Just gotta,
and like you've said in your videos, like, it's always been that way. It's always been spoiler heavy.
Like, they were showing off Ansem. I don't know if you had Ansem's name in, like, KH1 trailers, like maybe in scans or, like, interviews or something, but they were showing, like, Ansem Secret Darkness, like, his actual, completed form.
Although, another fun thing, for a lot of the handhelds, because they weren't in HD, they were in, like, they were on handheld screens, so, like, the native trailer resolution would have been the resolution of the screens. They would like window mirror box the trailer with that effect on the outside,
right?
Which goes back to the first Kingdom Hearts credits, that mirrored square thing. One of my favorite things was when they announced the remixes. They started the trailer off that way, and then it shatters. And then it's in HD.
Yeah.
And then they never go back to it again.
That's so cool. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's awesome.
I thought that was pretty neat. The remix trailers were really hit or miss.
Yeah.
But that was a good one.
Yeah, it's a great
That was a good moment, Square. Oh, man, I forgot to talk about the... there was like a closed theater event. Square Enix used to pump out so many games that they had their own events where they would show off trailers. During the handheld trio, there was one called DK Sigma 3713.
Oh.
Try saying that 5 times fast. And it was just an event for closed theater trailers. It had the D was for Dissidia. The K was for Kingdom Hearts. And at that time, Birth by Sleep days encoded were being shown off. Sigma was Sigma Harmonix. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No, I haven't.
A lot of people haven't. Signal Harmonics is a mystery RPG. The Third Birthday, which is the Parasite Eve spinoff that's not Parasite Eve.
Right.
Advent Children was the 7, and 13 was Final Fantasy 13. So at this point, Versus was still around.
They've always been good at naming stuff, you know?
Fabula Noval, Crystallis, blah, blah, blah.
Isn't that the part of Bohemian Rhapsody where they're doing the opera? Fabula Noval.
I mean, again, we used to really have something.
Yeah, we used to be a real society.
So to kind of cap off, this is how things used to go in Kingdom Hearts by and large. Now, this is not cut and paste for everyone, but like more or less, this is how it would go. The game would be announced, and there would be a beta trailer around the time of the announcement. The beta trailer rarely has everything in it make it to the final game. It's a
right.
quick look at what the game could be. So a lot of the first trailers of Kingdom Hearts games just are making stuff up. They don't have everything sorted.
Yeah.
And then there's like a period of silence. Maybe it lasts like a year. And then we see it in another event. We get scans, so many scans. There are fewer events than there are scans. But within the year, lots of world reveals, usually in scans. The big ones are saved for trailers. The games show up at E3, TGS, and Jump Festa, and occasionally at a Square event. There's a demo at one of these events within 3 months of release. At the end of the cycle, there's usually like a 7-minute final trailer. Shows off way too much. And then the game comes out.
Yep.
And that's how things used to be.
That's the life cycle.
That was home. That was reliable.
Yeah.
That was where we were. And that's not the case anymore.
Simpler times.
I stopped just short of 3 because I'll pass the torch over to you. But is there anything of the old stuff that you remember or want to talk about?
Sort of random, but like, do you remember a ton of, or like really anything stateside regarding Recom coming out? Because I have like no memory of seeing that on anything. Like no TV spots, nothing. I
think there might have been like a trailer cut for it that I don't know if it played on TV or not. It was kind of a shadow drop.
Right.
Like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
2008 just kind of dropped. And I think part of the reason for that is because it could not be carried by the momentum of its previous release in Japan.
Right.
Because it, was tied to Final Mix and it was so much later. And just kind of a random thing, and everybody was like, "Really?
Right? Yeah,
you're giving us Recon, but not okay."
Yeah.
I think more than anything, there was just excitement that we could hear the organization members' voices.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like that was the biggest thing. But no, I don't think there were any trailers. I don't think there was anything. I think that it was mostly just like white knuckling it until the game came out to see like what was in it.
Gotcha.
But before we get to the modern era, Pat, we gotta take a break.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is David Russell. I'm the video editor for No Sad Face, and I did the theme music. I have 3 things to say to you really quick, and then we'll get back to the program. Number 1, thanks so much for listening to the show. We really appreciate reading literally every single comment posted on YouTube or every review on Apple Music and Spotify. Every way that you've engaged with the show, every email you send, they're all wonderful. We love reading them. We read every single one. Number 2, we have a Patreon. If you are financially able to subscribe to our Patreon, there are 2 tiers, and you get special extra things with the show if you want to, financially support us. And then 3, if you could, I feel a little bit bad asking for this, but please share the show with other people in your life, your friends on Discord, or just posting it on social media. Engaging with the show in this way really helps us a whole lot. That's all I had to say. Okay, thank you so much for listening and indulging me. Let's get back to the program. Thanks. Bye-bye.
I will say I don't really have a ton because I had assumed that you were going to cover like the KH3 pre-release, so I didn't like.
I can do a popcorn to you.
Sure. Because I'm really kicking off with like KH3 comes out.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. We'll do it. Okay, we're back.
Good stuff. Good break. Break time
Wonderful.
command. I did some break dancing, some standing push-ups.
I wish you guys could have seen it.
It was awesome. Twirled my
Pat did the
keyblade,
first
and that's not a
push-up
euphemism.
of his life. I'm
Hey,
so
man.
proud.
Hey, man. That was at least double digits for me.
I'm doing squats, but like
Zach
Final Fantasy
Fair
VII
hours.
style.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold your hand through part of the release cycle up to Kingdom Hearts 3 because
Yes.
I don't think it's fair to just like leave you hanging on that.
Yeah, and I already did my due diligence on this in that aforementioned video where I fucking picked apart every single thing that they showed off in the run-up from 2013 to 2019.
Yeah. Well, the Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal was not a surprise in some aspects because they had heavily
Yeah.
they'd all but confirmed in Dream Drop that 3 was next. And the remixes for that matter. I think a lot of people don't remember, but like when 3 was announced, the remixes weren't out yet. So when the trailer for 3 happened, it was hand in hand with Versus 13 getting rebranded to 15. So the trailer started, it was Nomura talking about 15, and then he says, by the way, we have another thing that we want to announce. Hope you enjoy it. And then screen goes black, and then Disney. The crowd goes wild. And then there's the lead in through the Kingdom Hearts series montage. And a lot of people thought that it was just another trailer for the remixes.
Mm-hmm.
But then as the trailer went on, it was covering games that weren't in the first remix. And then, Sora's in stunning HD. And then, that's the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3's life cycle is this fake trailer.
Yeah, that's, do you remember what month that was? Because I feel like I have a memory, but I'm not sure if it's a false memory or if I ended up seeing it later.
That was in June. It was in E3,
Okay.
2013.
Yeah, I think I was recently out of school for summer break, and I think I saw it on Reddit, actually, unfortunately. That was my first exposure to the new KH3 Sora.
What was Reddit even like back then?
Wasn't great. I think I was, I would have been a sophomore in high school. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's great now, but it was probably better back then, to be honest.
Man, centralized internet.
I know. It's a big bummer.
It is, and Kingdom Hearts 3 coincides with that.
Yeah.
Like, when 3 is announced, it's kind of at the death knell of fan communities.
Right.
Like, everything is on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube,
and Reddit.
yeah.
Streamers are starting to become a thing. I think this is why Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to be differentiated from everything I talked about.
Yeah, that's
because, like, the internet as we know it really was where it was at this point.
Yeah.
This is also when you first started really engaging with the Kingdom Hearts community. So, like, what do you remember about that time?
Well, the pre-release, I avoided it because everyone was annoying me. I didn't like the tenor about it. I didn't like, extrapolating a ton of stuff off of little things. I just found it poisonous. So I wanted the experience to be, fresh for me. Like, I just wanted to go in not really knowing all that much. Like, I had the privilege of going in not knowing about Scala. Like, I didn't even know, Cabletown, you're part of your namesake. I didn't even know that it was like, it had its fan name that was this city in the sky with all the cables. Like, I had no clue. The final world was a complete surprise to me. Like, I knew the Disney worlds. That was hard to avoid just from being on the internet. Like, you got massive internet personalities like a ProZD just like doing a one-off video about the Arendelle and Anti-Aqua trailer, It's like this stuff is gonna come into your peripheral vision whether you like it or not. But I would I would purposefully, not look up or engage. I wouldn't even say I was part of like a KH community until I really, even like maybe a year after starting the channel. I was just sort of alone on my own ship out at sea. So the pre-release
I'm
KH3
bringing your ship in now.
Yeah, please.
Sorry everyone. I know this is Pat's segment, but
Yeah, you're fine. I asked for help.
Gonna hold his hand a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So the game came out and then it was silent for a little bit, and then at D23 Japan, we got a look at, I think it was D23 Japan. God, everyone's going to get so mad at me. We got a first look at actual gameplay of 3. Because the first trailer is bogus. And when I say it's bogus, most beta trailers kind of are because they're getting a feel for everything and whatever. The first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer is not even in engine.
Right.
It's a Visual Works thing.
Yeah.
It is not real. It is done in the same CGI lab that they do the opening movies and stuff in.
Right.
So like they were not really like,
it was
they
a
were
teaser.
super early.
Yeah.
But they weren't like, they were super early in development. And so when we got to look at gameplay, it was in the old Luminous engine, which is what Square used to work on. It was what Final Fantasy 15 was built in. And it was gorgeous.
I was going to say, I really like how it looked.
Unpopular opinion, I think that it looked better in the Luminous engine.
I kind of do too.
I don't think that's unpopular. I think a lot of people agree with that, actually.
I just feel like I don't see people talk about it, but because I think people just forget because of the length of time. But yeah, it was like a completely different engine.
Oh, it was beautiful. And the Rock Titan fight, the attraction flow mechanic was first revealed there. That was magic. I felt like a kid again when I saw it for the first time. Not how I felt when I played it, but it was so much fun. It was so gorgeous. So that was the next little clip that we got. And that was in 2013 as well. A little later in 2013, I think. It might have been 2014, but I think it was 2013. And then it was silent for a while. We hit a drought. And they focused on the remixes, so it didn't feel as bad. In 2014, 2.5 got announced, and there was an event, a launch event for 2.5 in Burbank at the Walt Disney Studio. I was living here at the time. I had just moved to Los Angeles for the first time. And I was so excited. I was going to go. Right before I go to this event, literally the day the event happens, I get a job. And my first day is the day of the event. So I missed it.
That blows.
It does blow. And I was like, well, it's just 2.5, whatever. And so like a bunch of people I knew from like Cage Insider, like they got to go and stuff. Literally, that was the event to miss. That was, it was, oh my God. That was the Cabletown trailer. That's where which by the way has never been seen again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they've never shown it. It has never been made public. So this trailer showed Scala at Kylam, just a quick glimpse of it, and then a shot of Sora walking in Xehanort's classroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, like, Zephyr and a few other people in the Cage community, like, they did art to try to, like, remember what they saw. And, like, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like, the Keyblade transformation of Starlight and the Scala front and classroom were rendered, and like they're not far off. They're not super far off, especially for like a split second. Like it's pretty impressive. And there were reports that on Scala, there was like a monogram that said CT on some of the buildings, which I don't know if that ended up being true or not. But that's where the Cabletown rumor came from. So people just called it Cabletown. And it's pretty crazy that like the Kingdom Hearts community just kind of had to operate in blind faith that this was a thing until like the final trailer of Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2019.
You know, that sort of way that they had to operate is kind of like the last vestige of everything you talked about in your segment of like seeing scans and like waiting for people to translate. Like I feel like it's not like we haven't had something since then where it's like, oh, some people saw this in a trailer and they had to like do like a police sketch of like what the world looked like, you know? Like that's like the last sort of, you know, moment for that.
Yeah, pretty much everything after that was public.
Right.
So it was silent again for a year. 2015, E3 comes along, and they moved engines, and they showed the Tangled tower for the first time, and bits of Olympus. So actual gameplay in the engine, still making its way through. Oh, I should also say in 2014, there was a 2.5 trailer that had the Xehanort and Ericus chess conversation and sketch. And then they showed it again in actual graphics in 2015. But then we got like little glimpses of Kingdom Hearts 3 that year in like very short snippets and parts of other trailers. So like 2.8's trailer the following year had like a hot second of footage of Mysterious Tower. But for like a solid chunk of time, whenever we saw Kingdom Hearts 3, it was clear that it was all from the same demo session. That they used to make the trailer. So nothing really substantially new for a long time. So there was a drought again. Nothing happening. 2017 rolls around and there was the orchestra event And that is where Kingdom Hearts 3 came back, was at the 2017 orchestra. You saw Olympus and higher graphical detail, Maleficent, Hades, Pete, like the first view of Disney characters, really. Should also mention that at D23 the year before, I think, or maybe the year before that, they showed a singular piece of concept art for Big Hero 6, which they've never done that. That's like, that was like a weird world reveal. So yeah, that began its marketing in earnest, and then it followed the same path of having a bunch of trailers at events. Kingdom Hearts 3 has more trailers than any other Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
Because it took so long to do.
Right.
So it was like at every event from that point on. The Toy Story event at D23 was one of the biggest reveals that Kingdom Hearts has ever had. Nomura was there. Hashimoto was there. That was crazy. And like there was this weird like skit with like the army guys that Nomura was clearly not told about. And he like his face was like, what the fuck is going on?
You gotta sign these things off with me.
So that was a lot of fun. The Dandelion event happened, and there was a surprise Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer there for Classic Kingdom because the minigame was playable at the Dandelion event, so that was a lot of fun. There were 2 trailers, I think, for Jump Festa that had the Monsters Inc. and then the theme song. Utada was back. That was a huge thing. Just a lot more presence. There's a stop motion Toy Story trailer with the Play Arts Toy Story figures. There's hand-drawn animation for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, they really went out. Like, there was a lot of, like, really cool things that they had just never done before. There were billboards for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like,
my fiance, she has a picture of her in front of a KH3 billboard, and she's holding up her little car key next to it because it's like Sora doing the KH3 render pose. So she has her tiny little car key trying to do the same thing.
It was huge, and you know, the orchestra events were also like an unprecedented thing. Like, they were really having fun between the Dandelion event and the orchestra and the closed theater thing in 2.5, but also like D23, and I mean, we really got blitzed. We really did. Three reveal trailers at E3 for Frozen, for Pirates, and like there was like a third general one that had like Ratatouille in it. Like, what?
Yeah, why? Like 3 trailers and one event?
3 trailers. Crazy. Just crazy. But yeah, I mean, and they just kept releasing stuff and kept releasing stuff. Like up until the game came out. Like, of course people got burnt out on it. Of course the hype was crazy. Of course it wasn't what they wanted. Of course they got spoiled. You know? But like they really, really, really wanted the game to do well. And it did. Yeah. Like some people are saying that Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't do well. It's the best selling game of the series.
Yeah.
It did really well. The game came out, and I'm gonna let you talk now.
Okay.
Here's my water.
Well, you know, KH3 comes out January 2019. I am I'm a senior in college at that point. So
old.
Yeah. Most of my, conversating about this game is with Kiwi. We actually did record a podcast of our thoughts on the game, I think in mid-February of 2019.
It's Converse.
Is it Converse? I like to say conversate. It's like old-timey.
Just say talk.
We had this little podcast that it wasn't little, it was longer than most of our No Sad Face episodes. We took it down because we weren't super happy with it eventually.
I wanted to release it during our hiatus, by the way.
Well, actually, I did ask Kiwi about it, and I think he lost he can't get back into the account that had it anyway, because I think it was unlisted, so I think it technically exists. That was like when I got back into like being in online spaces, and not really being in them, just sort of observing them. Like after the game comes out, I want to, I go on TV Tropes and do the TV Tropes binge. I go on GameFAQs, I go on Reddit, I'm seeing what people are talking about on YouTube about the game. Again, to reflect the tenor of, pre-release, I was kind of bummed out because I walked away from the game loving it. I mean, it was instantly my second favorite after KH1. And then I get online and I'm like, oh, I guess this was like sort of low-key controversial for a lot of people. And that, brought me into reading about the discourse on the series in general, about how people thought, each game stacked up against each other. And so I end up, after I graduate, making my channel in August of 2019. I don't really talk about Kingdom Hearts until I think September. And then really release-wise, there's nothing going on until Remind comes out a year after KH3. And we get trailers for that in, I want to say, like the late summer, early fall, maybe? Do you remember?
Not off the top of my head. Isn't that embarrassing?
No, it's fine. I should have figured out when we first heard about that. Because I do remember doing a reaction video, which I don't really do stuff like that too much nowadays, but I gave my thoughts on, I think it was the second Remind trailer, like the major one. And then that comes out in January of 2020. I did a little bit of stuff about that. I didn't even do like a full scripted video. I just sort of talked about my, it was like a, off the cuff, like, I think maybe even a day or two after I had completed it, just sort of rambling about it.
I do remember one of those trailers leaked.
Oh, really?
I think the state of play. I think the only time Kingdom Hearts has been in a state of play, it was reminded. I think it leaked. I think they accidentally posted it early.
Oh. Huh.
The one that reveals that the Final Fantasy characters are in it, I think, is the one that got.
Yeah, that's the one that I definitely did a whole video about, where I talked about that at length. I do remember a lot of buzz about like, oh, maybe are we going to have, Cloud and Tifa and Sephiroth show up? Like, or is that going to be something that they actually hide behind, doing this DLC? No, but there are so many different forms of media where Cloud fights Sephiroth. In fact, you can do it in Smash Bros. Now. And I should say that there, I said that there was nothing between 3 and Remind, but there were patches for base 3 that I didn't actually return to in the moment. I really only sunk my teeth into those things when Remind came out, but I think I remember they like did some slight adjustments for certain aspects of the game, like menuing and like AI stuff. It was kind of a novel thing that we were in the era of Kingdom Hearts where they can like add things to the game. Sort of like a unappreciated or under talked about thing is that there wasn't a game up until 2019 where they could like make fixes or patches. There was Dark Road in June of 2020.
Oh man!
Can you talk with me a little bit about Dark Road? Because my initial reaction to that, I remember seeing it and going, "Oh, they lied. They lied to us. They said Xehanort was done, and then they made a whole Xehanort game." I know we had a whole Dark Road episode, but
yeah. Well, I mean, didn't really talk that much about Key, I guess, in this episode. That, I mean, it's important to start off with that. Yeah. Key was a browser game. Browser game got shut down. Mobile game happened. Mobile game was released everywhere. And then the idea of Key, Unchained Key, Union Cross, I think was for it to go on longer than anticipated. And they had to cancel it. And the team that was working on Union Cross, this is where it gets a little muddy for me. I'm not sure if they knew that Union Cross was on its way out. But at one point in the development life of Kingdom Hearts, Nomura had intended on doing a Xehanort game. My tinfoil conspiracy hat theory, this is a theory, is that it would have been part of Birth by Sleep Volume 2.
Yeah.
But, I've got no way of knowing that. But regardless, the plan did not come together. And so the Union Cross team was like, well, give us something else to do. Like, we can do the Xehanort game and make it a mobile game and tie it into Union Cross. And, Nomura started teasing that there was going to be a double feature. Like, that's the key word that you should look forward to for this game. After Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, there was like a tweet. I think it was a tweet saying like, there's going to be a Xehanort game. And you can name it. You can guess the name. And the campaign was very confusing and very strange because it was like, okay, well, what happens like if we don't name it? We're just guessing the name that you already established.
Right. Could be anything.
Like, what's happening?
Maybe you don't have a name and you're looking for a name from us.
I don't know. So the game was hinted at around the time that Remind came out, and they announced it. I think when Remind came out, they announced it happening. There was a contest where you could guess the name of the game.
Right.
I don't know. I don't remember what they won. And I also, if you won this, let me know.
Yeah, please. That'd be a huge scoop.
Like, what did you win? Did they message you? And it was supposed to come out like a couple months after, but you know what happened right after they announced it?
The funniest thing.
The most hilarious thing. COVID.
Yeah.
So it got delayed, and it came out that summer, and then it was a live service, so like there were chapters, and it was just moving along. Everybody hated it.
Yep.
And then it got canceled in June. It got shut down. Like, Dark Road went offline. Everything went offline. It stopped. And then they were committed to finishing it up at some point in a later update. It took them a year to finish it.
Yeah, I have it here. Dark Road ends August 2022. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that is when they released, I think 5.0 was the update.
Yeah.
They committed to finishing Dark Road. Dark Road has not been finished. They announce it at the 20th anniversary event.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that was like the little add-on thing that were like the really big thing, the less big thing, but still exciting. And then, oh, yeah, Dark Road is going to finish up soon.
Yeah, in reverse order of that.
Yeah, right. And it made sense. It made sense to build up. It was an upside-down cake.
Do you want to start at the 20th event? Or are we doing Melmem? What's happening?
I was kind of jumping around a bit because I got on the topic of DLC and how it was absurd that Melmem comes out in November of 2020. And they, I'm just like sort of waiting, like getting online every day and being like, okay, when's the announcement for, all these extra song packs? Because it just seemed like such a layup.
It is strange. It's also strange that it's not being moved to Steam. There's no port happening. I don't know what's going on.
Very bizarre. And I just, especially with the Renaissance songs being included in Melmem, I was like, oh, this is like... It just seemed like a hint that they were going to do, a bunch more stuff like that. That does not happen. At the time when Melmem comes out, I am working for Social Security, and it sucked. And all I did in my free time between shifts was playing Melmem. And I made a video where I talked about the biggest snubs in that game, which I think the number one was Edge of Existence. They really, Cage 3 in general, suffered a lot in Melmem. I'm sure we covered that in the dedicated Melmem episode, but there were, I think both graphical and copyright limitations for why they couldn't go, buck wild on the KH3 stuff. So overall, I was pretty happy with Melmem. I was really excited that we'd be getting kind of little stuff like that maybe in the coming years, just like kind of an offshoot sort of, if it's not a rhythm game, like maybe they do like a real like Kingdom Cards type thing. That's something that people have been joking about for years. I would love like little, obviously they can't make it like a true spin-off because they always have to tie it in somehow. But, a type of game that like Aid 1043 would cover on their channel that we could just mess around with for a weekend or two while we're waiting for, more substantial titles.
Lots of love to Aid. Shout out to Aid.
Yeah.
Aid's coming on the pod.
Oh, for sure.
I'm saying it here first.
That's happening. Like one of the guests that we actually can get.
What were we talking about?
Melody and Memory.
Oh my god. Shortest development time. Well, not development time, but announcement to release of any game. And it was leaked.
Yeah, it was leaked, and I remember watching the trailer, and it was like it was, on our doorstep. It almost felt like overnight.
Yeah, just on our doorstep in a basket with a note saying, "Please take care of this. We're not taking care of it anymore."
Yeah, this is yours now. You make DLC, in which some talented modders basically did do. They did
incredible, by the way.
Yeah, Water had a huge hand, and I can't remember the exact name of the project, but it is possible to make Melmem
I think Final
songs.
Mix.
Is that what it's called? Melmem Final Mix? We'll have to put up something on screen. I thought it was like Rechart or something. I think it's a Rechart.
Okay.
It's like charting songs.
We might be getting our wires crossed because I might be thinking of another thing.
Yeah. So Melmem comes and goes, no DLC, sad. I end up going full time with the channel in February of 2021. I have that on my list as like a thing that happened during the drought because everything that's happened after this.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah. That'll be, I'm thinking in roughly 20-ish days from the time of recording. It'll be 5 years. Wow.
20 days from the time of recording?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it was
February. Did you start on my birthday?
It's possible. I'll have to go back to the Twitch stream where I announced that I quit. It was a very exciting time, for me personally, but also for the series. I mean, really more so for the community. But there was some stuff going on. Like we got KH on PC that next month in March. It was on Epic, which was like the sort of like monkey's paw curls of it all. We wouldn't get it on Steam. Not to mention
Sora and Smash. I mean, not a game.
And that's coming down the pipe. But I'm even just talking about like that March. I felt like was very exciting because we had the first March Caprice was, and we're gonna have. I think we planned on having like an episode that's more dedicated to talking about like the fan events and the community spaces and stuff.
I'm sure that's coming.
Yeah. But, you know, for me personally, like it was just so cool to actually get to be pulled into a group of people and like have people to talk to about the game. Because until then, it was really just YouTube comments and, you know, the occasional Reddit post. I'm getting involved with MC1, talking to, you know, your Keynotes, your David Russells, your Chains. Were you in March Caprice one? Like, were you involved with that, or had I not met you yet?
Not the first year. The first year I did not. The first year brought me into the fold because I saw everything happening peripherally. Because, you know, some people that I kind of followed were getting involved, and I was like, "What is happening?"
But yeah, like, you know, when people talk about the drought, I feel like they're talking about like KH3 comes out until now, and that's not really how I've ever felt about it. I do think like the last 2 to 3 years have been a little tough, but like 2021 was still incredibly exciting. Because you had, you know, KH coming to PC, which just opened the floodgates for what people could do, like modding wise. You know, up until then, you could, you know, do a randomizer with KH2 on an emulator, and like, you know, it's probably not that complicated, but I am actually quite like, you know, Luddite coded with stuff like that. Like, I'm not great at those kinds of things. So I always have to like look up a tutorial or bother Samuel Camel or somebody who knows better about how to do this stuff.
Shout out to Sam.
Yeah, shout out to Sam. But now with mods and like you can get a mod manager and just like plop stuff right in and it just works. It was a really exciting time. We have obviously Sora and Smash. Well, actually, no, I skipped over Union Cross actually ends in June of 2021, right?
We were all so sad.
And I believe we all watched it together in Requiems. It was like the Japanese like cutscenes, and we were like kind of trying to get like real-time translations from somebody, weren't we? Or am I might be thinking of Dark Road?
No, Dark Road was a simultaneous.
Right,
release. Yeah, it was. God, I'd forgotten that we did that.
Yeah, Chain was in his Ephemera cosplay, drinking in the tub.
Yep, and Otto had like an existential crisis. That was. Yep. I remember. That was crazy. We were there for that. Yeah. Isn't that nuts that as a group, our big experiences are those?
That's literally
like, big game experiences.
Like, we were not all a big happy family up until then. That was like the first, So yeah, that was like our big event. I mean, if you want to count the ending of Dark Road. Or, I mean,
I had a fun time with that until I didn't.
I'm not going to, beat the Sora and Smash thing to death because we just did a whole episode about that. But obviously, like, we've said this already, but that has been the thing since KH3. Like, I think, more buzz than Melmem, more buzz than the KH4 trailer, and certainly more buzz than everything else on my pathetic little list of bullet points of scrounging up. Yeah. This kind of happened since then. That's basically what this is.
Pure excitement. Just unadulterated love. Good time.
We get KH on Switch in February of 2022. Again, a bit of a monkey's paw curling situation because it was the Cloud Integrum Masterpiece thing. And that was actually revealed with the Sora trailer with Sakurai. Yeah. He was like, by the way, it's coming out on Switch. And you remember looking in the corner being like, oh, I think it says it's like cloud-based. As we mentioned earlier in the pod, there were some people crossing their fingers for maybe a native port to switch to after yesterday's
There were rumors.
Showcase.
I think it's going to happen. I do think it'll happen. I mean, I don't know when.
It would be such a miss to not do it. And then we got March 2022. We have the second March Caprice, where PJ is first involved. We also have KH20, which is sort of the precursor to the Reconnect series of in-person events. I guess I'll ask you this, PJ, because I don't really know if I've ever talked about this with you. Had you ever been to like an in-person or even been aware of like a, substantial gathering of people in like a, real life space prior to that? In terms of like the KH
fan event?
Yeah, like a KH fan event.
Yeah, there is one event that I kind of know of called Disneyland of Departure, where it was an informal but organized Disneyland meetup of Kingdom Hearts fans.
Okay. Cool. And was that like a one-time thing, or did they like recur with that?
They did it a couple of times.
Okay.
I'm sure that there were some like older forum meetups that I was too young to be cognizant of or whatever, but I think that's kind of the only really like 20 Reconnect, the guide series of events is definitely, I think, the biggest.
Like that's the thing right now that is occupying that space, which is really exciting, especially like coming off of the pandemic. Because, people kind of just think of like, the deep COVID times as like just 2020 and 2021, but like it still is a thing. But like KH20 in March of 2022, like it was, I don't know, it was like the first opportunity. It felt like since a lot of us got into or back into KH after KH3 to like really, meet up and do something like that. I wasn't there for that. I wouldn't end up going until the 2025 event.
Yes, likewise.
Yeah.
I do also feel like the vibe between that and like the official events were just so different. By fans, for fans, different vibe.
Yeah, I mean, it just hits different. And like, not being restricted to like, specific events and just being able to like walk around and meet people and mingle, like that was just...
Going to Hooters or whatever that
no, it was what was it called? Bombshells. When we get to like the specific episode about talking about like fan events and spaces, I'll give like a full play-by-play of Reconnect 2025.
Oh God, please don't.
Well, maybe not every detail. March 2022, we have March Caprice 2 and KH20. That's kind of happening. I think it's the only time where they've happened simultaneously, where the in-person thing was happening at the same time as March Caprice. Or no?
Yeah, no, yes, but the 20th anniversary, the date happened during March Caprice. The 20th
you're right.
event happened like a week or two after,
You're
maybe
right,
a month
yeah.
out. It was in April. Yeah.
I feel like I remember being in March Caprice meetings and we were all talking about like, I hope nothing crazy happens like during like the day,
That's
like
true.
the anniversary, because that would kind of like draw all the attention away from the event. So
we were relieved.
Yeah, and they were so kind as to push it until April. And yeah, we got the 20th anniversary event in Japan, which has the Dark Road finale, Missing Link, and KH4 reveal. Yeah, it was a big one. I remember being up very, very late into the morning, refreshing, waiting for news on that, because that was a closed event.
It was. Yeah.
And that was, hearkening back to the old days for that one. We, got the trailer. I streamed that. I did a whole reaction to that in the moment. I think you were in the chat with me as I was doing that. I might be mistaken.
I wasn't, and I'll tell you why I wasn't.
I'm thinking.
I was, the other gay one.
Yeah.
I was on my way back from New York, and so I was actually on a plane when the event was happening.
yes. I remember talking about this in the Sun episode.
So, yeah. I was on a plane. I was in first class on a plane.
Yeah. And you were next to your boyfriend at a time, and you didn't have internet, and you were dying.
Yeah, and I couldn't... I got to watch it once as we were buckling in, and then I had to sit in silence for 2 hours.
Yeah. And I talked about this in some other episode as well, but I think it was April 10th was the day, and I had been dating my fiance, or my girlfriend at the time, my fiance now. We were dating for like 9 days, so that was, it was like the best month ever for me, April 2022. I was a huge fan of that month. Yeah, I mean, how do we extrapolate further off of like the KH4 hype?
What was really cool about that event? A couple of different things. One, the art, the anniversary art.
Yeah, I was just going to say the image that sticks in my mind is Sora holding up the fingers.
Right. The middle finger. No,
Yeah.
The Kingdom Hearts 4 Sora, the Kingdom Hearts 4 Sora being obfuscated when they went into the event by the logo. Mm-hmm. And then when they came out of the event, he was holding up the 4.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty classy.
Yeah.
Good job, Nomura. I keep thinking about like what a weird, like, a trippy, pumped moment it must have been for them, because the opening of the trailer takes place in the building where they are, like going up the escalator and the pillars, like that's in the venue where they were watching it.
Don't know if I knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
That's. I mean, it's kind of a weird when you're just looking at it. It's like, okay, you're in a building, but for them, like that was where they just were. Like, can you imagine? Like, oh my god, like they went to all that trouble. So that's really cool. And I don't know, like, people have mixed opinions about Kingdom Hearts 4 taking place in the real world, being hyper realistic, whatever.
Sure.
But like that, if you were like, that's pretty neat if you were there.
Yeah.
Like, that's a neat situation.
Yeah, that is really cool.
And so like that happened. Star Wars Gate happened immediately after.
Yep.
That's a thing. It's apparently contentious to some.
Again, not a Star Wars guy. I look at, the rock next to the foot, and I'm just like, how are we even arguing about this? I mean, this would be a crazy coincidence.
But, like, it's crazy, though, that, like, that's it.
Yeah, well, we got the screenshots, which I actually forgot to put on my bullet point list here. But
Missing Link got canceled and we got screenshots.
Right, so I guess that would have been May of 2025. Oh man, we're coming up on a year of the screenshots, huh? Yikes. Okay, let's bring it back. We'll get there, I guess. So we do have the end of Dark Road in August. And then I do remember I remember watching the end of Dark Road and being a little picky about some stuff with it, or a little disappointed, rather. And they did end up changing some of that with an update that they did the next month in September. True. I remember hating that they said Xehanort was like the great-great-great-grandson or something of whoever, of a Keyblade wielder.
Ephemer.
Oh yeah. I always forget if it's. I honestly always forget if Xehanort is the descendant of Ephemer or of Scold because of his mom looking like Scold. That always gets crossed in my mind.
It's supposed to.
Oh, right. I mean, because yeah.
So when a mommy and a daddy,
explain Birds and the Bees to me real quick.
Okay, in Kingdom Hearts, we don't know where people come from.
So you just have to love someone enough to be like, okay, we're both going to mentally conceive a child right now, and they're just going to pop up tomorrow.
Sure, that's how gay people do it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that, but that's how that works. Yeah, and then they pay a shit ton of money, and then it magically happens.
They made a couple of other, minor to major changes, I would say. I think the other major change would be Xehanort sort of like trying to save Baldur before killing him, whereas in the original release, which is weird because I feel like a lot of people, have mixed memories of how that went down now with the Dark Road of it all, because that's like a pretty, substantial change, how Xehanort decides to deal with Baldur at the end. So yeah, Dark Road ends. We have, I do have listed here a little bit of fun fan news. We have the Seth Kersley animatic pilot leak thing in October of 2022. That was fun. That was exciting for like a day, and then I had to take it down. But, it's not like it doesn't exist on the internet anymore. I'm sure if you Google it, you can watch it, right?
Yeah, it's out there. So,
also that month, I'm going to give myself a little credit here. Wayfinder Project 2.0. I just remembered because it's tied on my head as being near the animatic leak. I put that out. That's like my thing that I've done outside of like making like I guess a video that I really like that is the thing I'm most proud of in the fandom, is having you, Kim Chu, and Water help me out with that. I like to highlight that whenever I can.
Thank you for letting me. I'm pretty sure I strong-armed my way into that. I do not believe I was asked. I believe I just did it.
Yeah, it sounds in character, I'll say that. Honestly, that feels like mainly referring to the animatic, because that was like the last thing where I felt like, we all had something decently substantial to talk about. I feel like that is like the end of the sort of cool down from KH3, cool down from KH4 trailer.
I mean, Missing Link did have beta.
Right,
tests.
and I was going to get into that, but the fact that it was so... Well, you're good. Just the fact that it was so restrictive, like there was never... Unless I'm mistaken, right? There was never a US beta test for Missing Link, was there?
No, but there was like I think a UK and Australia.
Yeah. The first one.
So like we saw English versions of everything.
Right, we did. January of 2023, they have the Japan only beta test. They'll do another one later in November of that year for Japan, UK, and Australia. So at that point, Dame was able to get a lot of good work done on that. I wasn't able to get my hands on that at any point. I don't know if we've talked about this on the pod. I know we've talked about it on Twitch. I was contacted by like some sort of company working with Square Enix regarding the rollout of Missing Link. I know I'm not the only person that they talked to, obviously, although I haven't been able to find anybody else who they've talked to. I don't know if they're just better at this than I am and they're not talking about it out loud, but I don't care. They wanted, content creators to have access to this and to be able to show it off and talk about it. But I'm assuming other people got ghosted on that because it was probably right around then, I would assume, when they decided to pull the plug on it. They had made that decision, obviously way earlier than they ended up announcing it, which ended up being May of last year, 2025, after at least 2 announced delays, right? November of 2024, they said they were pushing it back. But hey, the Sora amiibo came out in February of 2024. That was neat. I got one.
I think the cancellation, I think when they announced they were delaying it, they knew that they weren't doing it on mobile anymore.
Right.
I believe that maybe they were like, can we salvage this at all? And I think the answer was just no.
Yeah.
Hard time, difficult. I mean, I knew people that worked at Square at the time who did not know about the cancellation until we did.
Yeah.
So like,
that's brutal.
Yeah, just brutal.
It is such a shame. So a bit unprecedented, obviously disappointing. I've talked about like how, you know, for the health of gaming as an industry overall, I'm not like super sad about a gacha type thing going down the drain. But in terms of the health of the series and just the excitement of anything coming out or going on, because obviously they wanted Missing Link to be to KH4 what Union Cross was to 3. And so I feel like the tenor of the community would be a lot lighter and a lot less doomer if we did have, you know, at least, you know, we got a Missing Link update coming out next week. But we don't have that. So it is feeling a little colder and lonelier out here. And that kind of brings us up to the present day, you know. I skipped over, you know, your occasional March Caprice or Reconnect in there. But that's
dedicated episodes coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's really it. I mean, you got KH on Steam, which was a cool thing for me, at least, because that was the first and potentially last time Square Enix gifted me something, so they gave me the 1.5, 2.5 on Steam. And I just prefer Steam over Epic, so I was just like, that's a win for everybody that we can.
That's true.
We can play this on Steam now. That was like the last major game thing, I would say, in terms of like having a game to play. Obviously, re-releases of old stuff, but it's something.
Bummer.
But yeah, 2024 and 25 were especially dire, I will say. So when people are talking about the drought being really bad, I really only consider like maybe last half of 23 going into the present day, which it's still like a three-year chunk there. So it's not nothing, but I also understand how people feel negatively about the place that the series has in like Square Enix's priority list right now. Because like they didn't do any post about the KH2 20th anniversary, right? In December. And then, you know, people are like really on pins and needles regarding if anything is going to be said at all in March for, you know, the overall anniversary of the series. So that's something to keep an eye on. I don't know if this episode comes out before or after that, but hard to feel super pumped and super, you know, optimistic if we don't hear anything at all, even if in terms of like a social media post in the next month. Unfortunately, that's the point where we're at, where it's like, I will take a post acknowledging that, you know, that the anniversary of the series has happened. I'd be shocked if we don't get anything in that regard, but after the KH2 no-show tweet or whatever.
I never imagined that Kingdom Hearts 2's 20th anniversary would be ignored.
Yeah,
never.
That's crazy. Like, that's, you know, for all the qualms I have with it, that's like the game of the series, you know, like that's the one that everyone played and remembers and loves so much. And they didn't do it for its Japanese release date. I would doubt that they're going to do it for like, when's the English release date of KH2?
March 28th.
Oh, there you go. So right around,
It'll be, they could make a meal of it if they wanted. They won't. They could, but they won't.
I mean, is it the worst year on record, like, for Kingdom Hearts 2025?
Feels like it.
Obviously, we had fun.
Yeah, but just by virtue of the cancellation, that's a pretty big bump.
It's like, not only was there basically no news, but there is a cancellation. Like, that's a black mark.
I think so. I think it's a pretty bad year.
We should do that. We should rank the years, like, of the fandom.
Oh my god. Where would we even put that?
I don't know.
Patreon, I guess.
Yeah, it could be a Patreon thing.
Well, I don't know. Like, okay, so I have a conspiracy theory about where I think this is going. But what do you have any feelers, any thoughts, any like guesses as to like what's happening next?
It's so lame. I really don't often speculate about like the timeline stuff with these things.
Of course,
because I have no idea. Like I'm not saying that you're about to purport to be a psychic with this stuff, but there are people out there.
But that's fine.
Sure. Like I just don't know. Like I really do not have any ins. I don't have any industry connections. I don't follow trends like that super closely. I would be if we don't hear anything by like midsummer at this point, then we're probably not hearing anything this year. That's kind of like my gut check on that. Hopefully something next month, right? But
yeah, I don't know. I think for a long time, and even in the last episode, I've been beating the drum, saying like, we don't know that Final Fantasy VII is going to finish before 4. This is speculative. We have no reason to believe that. Now I believe it. I'm kind of thinking that, like, of course that's the priority, but they're not being worked on by the same team, so who knows?
Right.
Kingdom Hearts has a whole other list of rules and things, so anything is possible, but I do think that right now that's where the marketing attention is going with Square. I believe that Final Fantasy VII R2, was just announced to be coming out on the Switch on June. I believe the plan will be to reveal Part 3 at the Summer Games Fest, which is like the same month, maybe the week after. And if it's getting re-revealed in June, we're looking at like a 9-month turnaround.
Yeah.
Probably. So it'll come out in time for Final Fantasy VII's 30th anniversary next year.
Right.
Which is also Kingdom Hearts' 25th.
Ah.
There is speculation. There were a couple of leakers have put out the idea that perhaps Final Fantasy VII R3 and Kingdom Hearts 4 are going to release the same year. But on opposite sides of the year.
Right. As to not cannibalize each other, I guess.
I don't put a lot of stock in the whole cannibalization thing. Either you're going to get it or you're not.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess, like, marketing-wise, though, they want to, concentrate their efforts.
But they used to love doing that hand in hand.
Yeah, right, because you mentioned throughout the episode that, FF7 and Kingdom Hearts have been sort of joined at the hip.
I mean, there's a Kingdom Hearts Sim event happening right now that's focused on Final Fantasy VII. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening. That's the most Kingdom Hearts thing that's happening right now.
Right.
And it's because of the Final Fantasy VII. So I think that that's the most likely thing. I think they've always been connected. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 for Kingdom Hearts' 25th anniversary makes a sort of sense.
Yeah.
So, if we're looking at a Christmas release for Kingdom Hearts 4 next year, then it will show back again this year at some point.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if the stars align in terms of the anniversaries lining up, because that would be like really cool and fun, and it's natural. It makes sense.
Yeah. This is also a D23 year. Next year is not.
Okay. All right. You're selling me a little bit. I'm huffing the copium right now.
Let's not forget, the Toy Story reveal was ready a long time before D23, and Disney specifically put the hold on it until D23.
So yeah, they could be...
Disney could be
look
telling
at the
them.
past for clues about the future, right? I'm liking that.
That's what I'm saying. I said this on Blue Sky. I said on Blue Sky, you will not know the day, nor the minute, nor the hour of the return of Kingdom Hearts, but there will be signs. You look for that. Look for D23 years. Look for ports, because if they're being brought to current, consoles, that means that they're getting ready to drop it on that console. Look for the merchandise license to get renewed, because currently Square Enix is not selling Kingdom Hearts merchandise in America. They let the license lapse. I believe it's because nothing's happening. When Kingdom Hearts 4 is back on the horizon, I believe that they will renew the American license.
Yeah.
And that March will start happening again. Look for that.
Makes sense, yeah.
There will be signs.
Listen, look for the signs.
Well, I guess I've been the most negative.
I do think that is true.
For someone who loves to complain, I don't have a topic for my Fall to Darkness.
Well, let's brainstorm.
You know what? We're going to be recording stuff in post for every episode. So we'll come back to this. Yeah. We'll come back to it. Hello everyone. We're back from this is the future, me and Pat. Hi. I have a thing.
Right.
Actually, we have a couple of things to talk about after this as well. But anyway, I know what my rant is, Pat. I got it locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. Okay, I'm ready. But I'll let you know how over you are. How about that?
God, good, because I am over it. I'm over all this shit.
I'm over it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I have started now.
Okay, great. So earlier in this episode, we broke the news that there was a rumor that there was going to be a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake, and we knew it was bullshit. We knew, okay? And now it has been a while, and the images that made that guy think it was real have been leaked, and let me tell you, it's the biggest crock of horseshit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I know he's not a Kingdom Hearts fan. Okay, I get it. But, like, if you're going to report shit like that, wouldn't you, like, maybe pull aside one person who knows about the series and be like, hey, hello. I mean, you have Kingdom Hearts 3's Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora model. You have the original Traverse Town map. You have Sora from Smash and the UI. Like, what is happening? How could you, like, oh my god. And I knew it was fake, okay? I knew it was fake and whatever, and the guy didn't know any better, whatever. But god, I just want to punch someone. I just want to punch someone. And just like, what a waste of time. I have seen so many other fake leaks. The overwhelming feeling of just being like, hey, Requiem, why don't we just make a bunch of fake leaks and show people that it can be done a lot better? Like, just pull Caleb aside and be like, can I use your Traverse Town for like 2 seconds? Thank you so much. Like, I'm so over it. And the worst part of it, Pat, it was that it spread like wildfire. Even days after, like, I've never seen a fake Kingdom Hearts rumor just take over social media the way that this one did, and I don't know why. I don't know why this crock of shit. I've seen legitimate leaks happen, and nobody gave a shit. Nobody believed that they were real. Like, nobody thought the Monsters, Inc. leak was real. But this, this is, oh my god, I want to run my head through the window. Thank you.
There you go. 150.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
It's almost double, but
yeah,
you know,
I mean that was my
bad.
weight in elementary school, so I think we're good. Pushing 150. That's my child.
Do you just have that ready to go when someone says a number from like 120 to 180?
That's off the dome.
That's how I weigh.
That's off the dome.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so talking shop
prepackaged.
real quick. Pat, this is the last time that we're going to be doing Rage Form like this.
Okay, yeah.
Had some
That makes
thoughts.
sense.
Thought about it, workshopped it, and I realized that I'm going to be fucking doomed if this is what we do all season.
Yeah, I do think by nature of PJ, that does make the make the exercise difficult. You know,
PJ and exercise never get along well. But here's the other point. Okay, this is what I'm going to run by you, and we're just going to inform
You're gonna run
now. Oh my god! Okay. you are getting a little too comfortable. This is my thing. You cannot do that. Okay.
So don't get these sweaty now.
Okay. So from now on, it's just going to be whenever you or I are negative, it's going to be like D&D. Okay, we stop what we're doing and we like flip a coin.
Oh.
You know.
Oh shit.
And if it's if we flip it the wrong way, we got to do a little rant right there on the spot.
Shit, so we got to kind of have a couple of things prepared then, yeah?
Yes, that's why I warned you. Yeah.
Okay.
But I like it better because it's actually more Kingdom Heartsy that way, because you never really know like when you're gonna trigger anti-form.
When you're right, you can, maybe we just fought an organization member, so our counter got reset.
Yeah, I mean, I sat in the corner and watched you fight with your feet, but whatever.
Yeah, well, that was before I started the Twitch channel, but yeah.
Man, a lot happened in Reno, you guys. A lot really went down. Also, I just wanted to give a heads up. So the first 2 episodes that we recorded, we did it before the Patreon launched. So starting from episode 3 on, that's when we're going to start doing the patron shoutouts. So, if you've been wondering where those are, they're coming after this. We've just recorded in advance, that's all. Okay, we're going to revert now to our past selves.
Okay. Here we go.
We don't really have a lot of new mail. We have one that I think is a quick one that we can do.
Sure.
This one comes from Silver Jackler.
Oh, what's up?
Hello, welcome back. This was actually sent back in November.
Oh, gotcha.
I have a different question that I might be hitting y'all with soon, but here's one. What's your favorite sound effect from the series, not including voiced lines?
Oh.
Yeah, Silver Jackler's, for example, is the electric guitar sound that happens when Mirror Aqua uses certain attacks, or the anti-Aqua.
Have you heard about, you know what? She just got home, so I can ask her if you don't know. But there's like this artist that recently used the KH1 level up sound in their song. Have you heard about this?
I know the sound. I don't know the incident you're talking about.
Okay, let me see if I can get her right now. Okay,
we were just recording video too.
No, just audio.
Oh, then I'll come close to the mic.
Okay.
Do you need me to actually be on the podcast?
If you'd like to be.
Okay.
I was just talking to PJ about.
Hi.
Hey.
we have a question from listener Silver Jackler, who asked for our favorite sound effects in the series, and that reminded me of there was an artist that recently used the KH1 level up sound in a song of theirs.
Yes.
Can you tell me who that artist is? Because I have no idea.
That is, granted, she has her own song, but it's Pink Pantheress and Zara Larson.
Okay.
And the song is called Ooh. I'm gonna fact check that.
Okay, she's getting
That's the title of the song.
It'd be a great title. I'm a fact check that.
You should use that for a rap.
Yeah, so this is gonna be editing nightmare, but
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
no, it's not. It's not your
No,
fault.
no. It's not your
It's
fault.
called
It's not your fault.
Stateside plus Zara Larson, but that's why I think it's probably the original song is Stateside. But I don't know if Stateside by itself has that ding in it.
But yeah, that might be the third biggest thing that happened with Kingdom Hearts in 2025. Well, thank you for the help on that.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you, PJ. I don't love you, Pat.
What?
Kidding. Yes, I do.
Negative point.
Yeah, I think
For
RF gets a
regular
point in the
fiancé.
rage form.
What does that mean?
Listen, you're gonna have to listen to the show. Anyway,
All right.
we have to answer the question now.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, you know what I love is the sound when you break the boulder in KH1 when you're not supposed to be like the collision sort of like
What crunchy noise.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
like
that.
it's that fail safe animation where if you're like if you try to push that one in front of the mushroom and you like position Sora the right way, he'll just kind of float over it and then he'll crunch down. Love that.
My favorite Kingdom Hearts sound is this one. I love that. I love it.
That's the sound when someone follows me on Twitch, so I like that one a lot too.
I love that one a lot. Yeah.
Ooh, the chest opening sound as well, because that means someone
That's a good
donated to me.
Yeah. Do you remember? I don't remember which playthrough it was, but it was you and RF, and you used a potion in game that this should help, but you thought it was someone donating because you couldn't. You were like, "Who was it?" And I'm like, "You fucking pig! It was the game that you're playing."
Yeah. I believe it was the gist of it was that I had a blindfold on and she was
Right.
Verbally directing me through the game, and so when Sora said this should help,
And you both were like, "Where'd that come from?" I don't know. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
I believe that's the
fucking
origin of my famous. You guys should adopt.
yeah, it might be.
Read.
Also, I just want to give a shout out to the when you're changing your gummy in KH1 Gummy Ship in the Gummy Garage. I love when they go through the tubes, like you know.
Yeah. Love that.
like that
That's
a lot.
also me putting on a pair of jeans. That's what that sounds.
You got the low health siren playing the whole time.
No, when I can't get the button to go, it's like. And then, after all that effort, when I finally get it, it's. So that's good.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Great
Keep
bit.
that, David. Keep that.
Keep it all in. But yeah,
Yeah,
good sounds.
I think we're done.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank God. Thanks for listening to another fun episode of Sad Face. If this is your first time, I'm sorry.
So sorry.
But also, welcome. We try to do episodes every other week. You can catch our backlog, previous seasons, extras, all the fun stuff that we've publicly released on our YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. We're pretty much everywhere. We're compiled at nosadface.com. You can also join our Patreon, link below, all kinds of fun stuff. And if you want to write in, you can write into our email at nosadfacepodcast@gmail.com. We might answer your question.
We just may.
We just might. Huge thanks to Esperoba for the looks, and
Yes.
David does our music. David also does our video. Huge thanks to him. We love you both very much.
A lot.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening.
Take it easy. Bye.
Woo! And this is our credits banter. This is the end of episode
Okay.
banter. We always got to do this just in case.
Yes.
it's
I honestly don't
difficult.
feel like I did a very good job with this one, if I'm being honest.
It's conversational.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I guess I wasn't prepared enough.
What is there to prepare for? It's a desert.
I know. I guess that's the thing. I tried.
You know what? If we'd been smart, we would have had this whole season be desert,
Yeah.
drought themed, and just had
Agrabah themed, yeah.
Agrabah. If anyone can help us find our monkey, we'd really
Please.
appreciate it.
He's called David.
Oh.